Didn't Final Fantasy 8 sell as well as 7? 7 sold a little bit better, but 8 definitely sold way more than 9, which I think is a damn shame. 9 didn't sell poorly, it just didn't sell as much as 8 and 7. Depending on what kind of, person you are with your optimism or pessimism or realism or whatever. But yeah, I think 9 sold half as much as 7 did originally. And similar problems to other things, like people played 7 and 8, and they're like, okay, I understand what this game is. And then they went back to the roots, and then people are like, this isn't Final Fantasy. Meanwhile, actual Final Fantasy is like, this is Final Fantasy. Please believe us. And people are like, you guys are wrong. It's like, I don't understand how we could be wrong because we made the game, but okay. You're right. What do we know? So we're just working through it. We're just getting started, and we're making fun of people that have shitty opinions about things that they've never experienced. Like the person that hates your favorite thing, and then after you talk to them and argue with them for 30 minutes, then they confess to you that they've never actually played your favorite thing. And then it just makes you furious, because you're just like, I hate you. You're the worst kind of person ever. So you're like, my favorite movie is X. That movie is trash. Why do you think it's trash? Here's some points that I picked up from either a Wikipedia thread or Reddit thread or from YouTube. And then you just don't realize that they don't know anything, and then when you finally press them on it, they're just like, well, I haven't played it myself or watched it myself, but... And then you're just like, we have to fight now. With our fists. Right now. It is very important. Wasn't FF9's biggest problem that it came out when the PS2 already existed? It came out before the PS2, I think. Right before. That shouldn't really have been an issue because PS2 was backwards compatible. However, its biggest issue was aesthetically. Final Fantasy IX, okay, so it was around back in the day. I hear a lot of mixed things about 9 too. That's ridiculous. Alright, so people couldn't deal with how it looked. And it's weird because you have to look at it. It was before PS2. It was very different compared to 7, 8. Yeah, it was very different. It looked very different. Biggest issue with the art style, I thought. Yes. Okay, so you have to look at it from a lens in history, right? If you look at it right now backwards, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with people? But you can't do that because, actually you can. You can still say that because people are dumb. But if we travel back to that same time, a very similar thing happened. With another huge JRPG known as The Legend of Zelda. Around the same time, or shortly after, a game came out called Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. And everyone was mad as shit about that game. And not everyone, but like everyone was mad as shit about that game because they're like, this game looks fucking terrible. I hate the cell shading. Where's Adult Link? So on and so forth. This isn't Zelda. This is far from Zelda. And it's the same kind of treatment that Final Fantasy got because they played Wind Waker and they're like, this is Schwarbage because they'd never played any other Zelda other than Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So they had this precedent set for them. And they're just like, this game is trash. And the same people that had that attitude treated 9 the same way because they're just like, we like Sephiroth. And now people are like, wow, Wind Waker is the best ever. Yes. And also people are like, wow, Final Fantasy 9 is the best ever. Because they look at it and they don't worry about social proof or other people dictating their ideas. And this is all cyclical, and it goes back to our conversation of like people that just say shit without experiencing it. So all those people that talk shit about 9 at the time, they didn't play it. And all the people that talk shit about Wind Waker at the time, they also didn't play it. But enough people perpetuated nonsense based on nothing that everyone else eventually bought into it. And there was this general consensus amongst people. Which, conversely, and I'm going to go ahead and put my bulletproof vest on for this one, is like also probably the same reason why 7 is so popular. Because a lot of people think that game's amazing that have never played it. Ever. They have no idea what happens in that game. They don't know anything that's going on. And even if they did play it, they didn't get that far or they can't read. So, like... Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is my favorite Final Fantasy, but I haven't gotten past Disc 1, and I've actually never played it before. It's just like, what's your favorite Final Fantasy? 7? What's your least favorite? 8? Why don't you like 8? It's trash, blah, 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 I didn't like it, blah, 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 this is dumb, this is dumb, this is dumb. Okay, like, did you play it? No. Oh. I just know it doesn't have materia, and I think that's stupid. Okay, well, what other Final Fantasies have materia? There's, like, 1, I think. There's, like, exactly 1.
Okay. Alright.
I never have an issue with people that have, like, experienced something and they don't like it afterwards. It's only the people that, like, don't have any idea what they're talking about that I'm just like, can we not hate on things we don't know anything about? That's called prejudice. We don't like that. Cloud is the only FF character, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's... No, I mean, there's Sephiroth and Tifa and Vivi. Those are the 4 Final Fantasy characters. Sephiroth, Tifa, Cloud, and Vivi. And I only know that Tifa exists because of Dojins. Anyway...